Okay, in this video, I want to go over the budget smartwatches I like for this year, 2017. And the budget smartwatches for 2017 are going to be the watches that came out in 2016. Now, fortunately, in 2016, we had a big improvement in smartwatches, in battery life and in functionality, and some other things. So the first one I want to talk about is the Asus Zenwatch 2. Now the great thing about the Zenwatch 2 is that it took a lot of what was wrong with the original Zenwatch and fixed it. Pretty much everything, in fact. The design is the same other than the crown button on the side. Also it has the large bezels on it still, but it isn't really noticeable when you use a dark watch face like what you see here. Now, part of what was wrong with the original watches, smartwatches, in the last couple of years was the battery life. The battery life was atrocious. However, in the generation of last year, it went up considerably in a lot of watches, and this is one of them for sure. Now, let me just show you on my phone what the battery life is like on this. Okay, so I've got to go to the Android Wear app here. Okay, and then we'll go in here into the watch itself. Then you'll see here we got watch battery. Now you'll see there that with the use that I have right now, I have 3 days of battery life left. And this is using it steadily, but not the way you use it when you first get it. When you first get a smartwatch, all you do is play with the thing. So you're probably going to get 2 days. But after your usage has settled down a little bit, you start using it a little bit less. You know, you look at the time, you look at the weather, you look at your message, of course, when they come in. Now, keep in mind, I do not call from the watch. I personally think that's pretty dumb. When I have my phone in my pocket, I don't talk on my watch. I'll look and see who's calling, and then I'll pick it up on my phone. So if you do talk on the watch, your battery life will go down. Okay, and it just shows you what I was using there. So battery life has taken a big step forward in this generation, and especially this watch. It's getting really, really good battery life. Now, I would suggest this one for somebody that's looking for a budget smartwatch because, first of all, it's priced really well. I'm in Canada, and they're a lot more expensive here, but I went to Best Buy, and I got it for about $40 off the regular price because the Zenwatch 3 came out. Okay, so this is what's happening now. The next generation of watches are coming out. So the last generation, the price has gone down. Now, of course, this one isn't quite as stylish as the new one because we got a square or rectangular type of watch rather than a round one. But if that doesn't bother you, then you're all set to go with the Zenwatch. Now, I'm not going to make this about a review of a watch. There's plenty of them out there if you want to look at reviews on a watch. But I'm going to go over some of the high points and why I think this is a good watch. First of all, the rectangular design makes a lot of sense for a smartwatch. I own both, rectangular and a round. And though I prefer the looks of the round, the functionality of the rectangular watch can't be denied. Now, I wear both of my smartwatches. Sometimes I wear them both on the same day at different times of the day. So having more than one smartwatch is fine for a lot of people. You might have one that's a little more dressy that you want to wear. You might have one that's a little more sporty when you want to go out and do some working out or soccer or whatever type of sport you do. All right, so I think that the Zenwatch 2 is a good price for a budget smartwatch. And let me go over some of the highlights of this watch and why I like it. Now, I actually do like the design of this watch. The one I got is a stainless steel with a leather tan band. It looks a little yellowy on the camera for some reason, but it's more of a tan color. And there are some other choices that you can get. So I think it's a really good looking watch. Okay, now another good thing about the Zenwatch is that it is going to get an update to Android 2.0 because it has a crown button, which is necessary for Android 2.0. Android Wear 2.0, I should say. So you're set for that. You're good for the next update that's coming along. Now I want to show you the software that came with this, which I find really to be quite good. And now, of course, you have your standard Android Wear stuff, but I want to show you the Zenwatch Manager. Okay, now the Zenwatch Manager allows you to use some watch faces and set the watch faces up the way you want right from within this app. Okay, now of course you can install watches from Google Play as well, no problem there. But the good thing about these ones, especially before Android Wear 2 comes out, is that you can customize the complications. So let me hit customize here. Try that again. Okay, and then you'll see down here I can have up to 3 items. And then you can pick what you want to show on the watch. So I got the watch battery and the weather showing on mine. But you can pick from some of these other things. You got productivity, some other weather things. You got some of your fitness. And you got watch and phone battery. So you can pick what you want on there. Okay, and then when we go back here, we can go, it breaks them down into categories, but if we hit here, as soon as I touch that, it changes on the watch, as you'll see there. Okay, and then I can customize it, and I can actually change the background on some of these too. So you got a good set of watch faces right within here that you can use if you don't want to go downloading them from Google Play or from Facer. Now Facer is another one where you can go and find lots of free and paid watch faces, and you can actually make your own on Facer, and I'm gonna do a video on that in a little while. All right, so let's go back to this one here. It shows up quite well on the camera. Now some of these are interactive, so for instance, if I touch the date here, okay, not this one though. On some of them, if you touch the date, it'll bring up the date. This one, when I touch the weather icon, it's bringing up weather. Okay, and you'll see I just got a notification there. And this is the nice thing about smartwatches. You can look at your notifications right on the watch. Okay, so that's a good thing that you have your own app that comes with it here. Now, on top of that, there are some apps that you can use as well. So if we go to Tools, and then here you can change your watch face settings. So you can change your temperature unit, how often the weather updates, screen dim timeout, hand motion type, so that's for ticking hands instead of a smooth, and your peak cards. Okay, and then go back to Tools here. And then you can set some other things here. So you have remote call control, so you can control the calls from your watch. You have, if you forget your phone warning, so you get out of range of the phone, it'll alert you. Find my watch, so again, it will make the watch buzz, so that you can try and find it. Unlock your phone so that when the watch is attached, it doesn't force you to unlock your phone. And a flashlight. Okay, so those are some things you can do with this. Now, another thing I like is the Asus ZenFit. Okay, so you have fitness tracking on here and sleep tracking. Now, sleep tracking is manual. You have to actually turn it, start it on the watch. It isn't automatic, but you just turn it on when you go to bed, and then you turn it off when you fall asleep. So it does or turn it off when you wake up. Okay, so there it is. The step counter doesn't really work right. The problem with the step counter is that it only shows steps if you've walked more than about 17 steps. So if you walk a series, for instance, if you're a teacher or something, you go from desk to desk, you go 10 steps, 10 steps, 10 steps, 10 steps, 10 steps. It's not going to pick any of that up. Okay, I'm hoping this will get fixed in Android Wear 2.0. Okay, I'm going to change the position of the watch a little bit here so you might be able to see the app loading a little better. So to get into your app drawer, you just swipe from the right to the left. And in here, this is where we can start sleep tracking, which is in Asus Zenwatch. We go in there. Okay, so that is showing our steps. It's still not picking it well on the camera for some reason. It's actually a green color, but it's just really washed out with the camera. But anyway, we go across to here, and it has a little Z there. And if we tap on that, it starts the sleep tracking. I'm not sure why this is so washed out in the camera, but okay. So that's how you turn it on. And then when you wake up in the morning, you just turn it back off. And then the sleep tracking will bring up the chart for you that you saw. Now you can also see the chart right in here, although this probably isn't going to show up well. But if we go back to sleep and then we swipe upwards, it shows the sleep report here. Okay, just for the last day. And then this is where you interact with all your other apps. So it's a swiping type of operating system. You just swipe and then you swipe back this way to get out of it. Swiping down goes to some settings here. So your do not disturb, and then your volume or sound. Theater mode will turn off the screen, and then it won't turn on for any gestures. You have to push the crown button. This will give you a quick brightness boost. And then when you go into settings here, this is the watch settings. Okay, and then you can go through and adjust the different things you want there. And then one thing I do want to mention is if we go into Bluetooth here, you'll see this setting here that says play phone audio on watch, and I have it on. What that means is that when you get a call, you'll be able to take it from the watch if you have that on. If you have it turned off, you can't take it from the watch. Now, I don't take calls from the watch, but I have it that way just in case I have to take one from the watch, if I can't get to my phone on time or I can't get it out of my pocket or anything like that. Okay, so I wanted to just point that one thing out to you there. Okay, so all in all, you're going to get the Android Wear experience from this inexpensive watch. And it's going to get Android 2.0, which is going to be a big upgrade. Okay, so I've just given you my reasons why I think this is a good budget smartwatch to consider for 2017. Watch for my next video where I'll show you another watch that I really like and I think is going to be one of the best ones to have in 2017 for a budget smartwatch. And also remember, I'm going to be doing a video on how to use Facer to design your own watch faces for Android Wear.